It was 1-1 at the finish, Halifax and Oxford. And a point vital for Halifax. Not so great for Oxford. But you take what you can get sometimes in the conference. That's how it finished. And the man of the match is Barry Quinn, the Oxford captain named by Ian Snowden. He's alongside Danny Forrest, who scored the equaliser for Halifax, and they're both with Rod Studd now.
Barry, you're the man of the match, but do you think that's an opportunity missed as far as Oxford are concerned?
Yeah, definitely. A bit disappointed, Joe, but you know, after going a goal up and that, we had a couple of chances. But to be fair play, Halifax dug in there, got the goal. You know, to put a bit of pressure on. You know, it's a hard out there. It's a difficult pitch, but you know, disappointed.
Did you feel you had things under control until the equaliser?
Possibly. Well, 1-0 is always a dodgy scoreline. Do you know what I mean? And you know, it wasn't fully under control, but you know, we thought we were fairly comfortable. You know, after 10 minutes into the second half, we had a couple of chances, but no, they dug it out. You know, they came back at us and made it hard for us. Danny,
your goal has got Halifax a point. Are you happy with the point?
Suppose we are in the end, but I thought in the end we did enough to win it. After we scored, we put pressure on them, and I thought we could have won it.
You had a shout for handball. Having sort of reflected on it, did you think it was a penalty?
Just a hopeful shout from me. It's my excuse. I should have scored it anyway, so it shouldn't have even come to that.
Just one final question to Barry. Is that it as far as automatic promotion is concerned? Have you given yourself too much to do?
Well, to be fair, Dagenham have, you know, they're getting results, they're playing well. It's going to be hard to catch them, but we've got to go into the end of the season positive if we're going to make playoffs. You know, last few games, got to go in with confidence.
OK, well done to you both. Barry's the man of the match. Danny, could you just do the honours and do the presentation for us?
Cheers. Thanks, Jack. Cheers.
Yeah, a bit like Oxford's story latterly in this part of the season. They've sort of thrown things away, haven't they?
Yeah, once they went 1-0 up, I thought it was a case of they'll go on and win the game 2 or 3, to be quite honest. But all credit to Halifax, they battled back, and when they did get the equaliser, I thought that Halifax could have gone on and eventually won it.
They didn't look like a team struggling with relegation on their mind, did they?
No, not at all. That's what I said before the game. I think any team that Chris Wilder's in charge of, I know what his commitment's like. He wouldn't let his team go out there and not perform, and we saw that the last 20 minutes. As we said, they could have gone on and won the game.
Yeah, it was a good start to the second half, wasn't it? It was better second half than first half, and Marvin Robinson got Oxford ahead.
Yeah, he did. I thought it was a good second half. There were plenty of chances in the game as well, and yeah, as we see, a couple of good saves here off the keeper
goal
as well. Before the goal, great save there from Mawson. Thought the lad should have scored, to be quite honest, but yeah, he's a terrific save. And then from the corner, the resulting corner, again, couple of goal line clearances really before Robinson's put the ball in the net.
Finally gets his boot on the ball there.
Yeah, I felt sorry for the Halifax captain there, Tom Kearney. He's helped it prevent going in here on the line. He's won a challenge as it's come back into the area there. He prevented it, but again, he's there. He's picked the bits up and stuck it in to make it 1-0.
And you said to me just after that, well, there could be 2 or 3 in it now, and you'd expect that from a team that was going for automatic. If they could reach #1 spot, you'd expect them to go on and win.
Yeah, I did. I thought they looked comfortable once they got the first goal, and I thought, yeah, Halifax heads a little bit down, and I thought that Oxford could have gone on and got the second goal. But as we say, let's give Halifax credit for where they come back into the game.
Yeah, they had a good spell, and they made it pay with a goal, didn't they? Which is what you've got to do when you're on top, get a goal.
Exactly. Did ever so well down the left-hand side. I think it's Lewis Colleen down here. He's cut back inside, put a great ball into the box, and Danny Forrest, a good touch, straight away, instinctive finish, give the keeper no chance whatsoever.
Good control and finish, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Just as it's dropped to him, he's got it out of his feet, as we see, and just give the Oxford keeper no chance whatsoever.
Yeah, from Bradford, Danny Forrest. And he was honest there in the interview, Danny Forrest. He said, well, the penalty claim, I should have scored anyway.
Yeah, he should have scored, to be honest. Another ball in. He's got in front of the defender there, as you see. Yeah. Just a little right foot, side foot finish. I've seen them good, but it'd be a bit harsh on Oxford, on the defender as well, if it were to be a penalty, as we say.
He has caught his arm, but he's trying to get away from it. He
has,
but know much about it either.
As we saw in Danny's interview, he said, I should have scored, and it's as simple as that.
OK, interesting old time for Chris Wilder, the manager here at Halifax this week. There's certainly been some ups and downs. He's with Rod Studd now.
Chris, we spoke before the game about all the problems surrounding the club. Given that, were you pleased with the players' attitude and the way they fought back?
Showed a bit of spirit, didn't they? Especially second half, against a good side. They started very brightly second half and put us on the rack. and deservedly went ahead. Changed the things about a little bit, and we had a bit of a go, and that's all I wanted to do at half time. And said to him, if you're gonna lose, have a, get beat having a go. And they did. They had a go, passed the ball better on a difficult surface, created a few chances, and a little bit disappointing in the end that we've had a good chance about 2 minutes to go. I don't know if it's a penalty or not. Obviously, being told it's not a penalty, but. It's disappointing that we've possibly not nicked it in the end.
Having said that, how useful a point do you think it is for Halifax?
Yeah, it's good. Psychologically, it's a good point against a good side, and they're not up there for any other reason. But good players in good positions and a threat all night. Front two, I thought, caused us loads of problems. Midfield boys passed it well, and as I said, on a very difficult pitch, and they looked nice and solid at the back. But I think we've asked a few questions of them, and if they're going to walk out the ground with something, we want them to work hard for it, and I think we've made them do that.
You've got 3 away games coming up.
We're used to something,
haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you? A bit pessimistic, that, isn't it?
Well, I'm just being realistic. I think we've got to show the same spirit, and as I said before, there's 10 games to go for us now, and there's a lot of clubs involved in this. I think possibly there's one club in the conference, 1 or 2 clubs have got nothing to play for. Everybody else, 22 teams, have got everything to play for at the top of the league in terms of going up in the playoffs, and obviously down the bottom. And it's, we're one of 12 teams that are fighting to stay in the league, and hopefully if we show the same spirit and commitment that we've done, especially second half, I think we'll be okay.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Calls a spade a shovel, doesn't he? That's fair enough, isn't
Honest
it?
opinions.
Yeah.
They've had a couple of great seasons, to be honest, but as again, they must not be playing that well to be in that bottom 4.
At the other end, of course, Oxford are going for promotion. It looks like the playoffs now more than automatic, certainly, but that big game still next Monday, of course, will be key. Dagenham and Redbridge coming to Oxford. Let's hear from the Oxford manager, Jim Smith. He's with Rodstad.
Jim, should you be heading back to Oxford with all 3 points, do you think?
Not really. I don't. We edged it in the first half without getting the goals, and we got the goal early in the second half. And to be fair to Halifax, they changed their system to combat our 3 at the back, and they went on the front foot and we went on the back foot, and they got what they deserved, really.
To be fair, you must have produced a pretty useful team talk, because you started the second half extremely brightly.
Yeah, I mean, when we got the goal and we were on the, as I say, front foot, and we looked to be okay. As I say, they changed the system to put the 2 wide and 1 up front. We changed ours to combat it, and they took, they went on the front foot then, and we were, we didn't retain the ball enough up in their half. We didn't play in their half enough.
Just finally, we spoke before the game about needing to win tonight and then beat Dagenham. You obviously haven't done the job tonight. Is that it now?
Well, I think it was going to be it was a big ask before tonight, whatever happened. But as I said before the game, we've got to keep picking points up to make sure that we stay in the playoff position.
Thanks for your time, Jim.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jim would never give anything up, you know that, but he almost sounds resigned now to the playoffs, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he was, to be honest, before the game. But he realises they've got to pick up points, and it is a big game against Dagenham, but I think the champagne might be on ice in Dagenham.
Out now, if Dagenham go up automatically, would you fancy Oxford in the playoffs, should they be in there? I mean,
the form's not the greatest. When you get to playoffs, and we've seen it over the last couple of years, anything can happen, and there'll be 4 teams obviously in there.
Teams have been in the Football League before, York, Exeter, pitching in there.
That's right, but I think Oxford will, if they do get in there, they've got the support as well. I think that'll be a big factor, and I really do fancy Oxford too.
It is a hard grind of a league, isn't it, the conference? How do you explain Oxford not losing till November and now really, thinking about the playoffs now?
I really can't explain it, to be quite honest. I think at this level, the players drop off form as well, to be quite honest. They're not as consistent.
They went 11 games without a win, didn't they,
in
one spell?
That's right, and it's difficult to get out of that run once you're in it as well. So, everybody thought that they were running away with it, and they were saying Oxford will automatically come back. It's not as easy as that. This is a tough league.
And of course, you're talking about virtually all of them being full-time now.
Yeah, that's right. They're not part-timers anymore. You can class this as the old 4th division, to be quite honest, and they are full-time, and there are a lot of fit lads out there now.
But I suppose in the run-in, one thing Jim Smith, well into his 60s, all the experience in the world, that's what you'll need in those final few games and maybe in the playoffs as well, yeah?
Without a doubt. He's been a great character in football, and I'm sure he's still now, he loves it more than he's ever loved it, to be quite honest, and he'll be so passionate for these playoff games and get Oxford back into the Football League.